Come back to the show, and I've just loved watching your star
It's the
rise.
best atmosphere.
Oh.
Before the world saw him wielding the 10 rings. Before Marvel crowned him as the first Asian superhero to lead a blockbuster franchise. There was only a young immigrant boy standing on the outside of every door he wanted to walk through. Simu Liu's story was never supposed to look like triumph. He was the kid who felt invisible. The son pressured to achieve perfection in a world where perfect kept changing. The accountant who got fired from his first real job. The background extra who wasn't seen as a real actor. The man who publicly dreamed of becoming a Marvel hero, only to be mocked for it, and yet Hollywood would never be the same after him. But the question is, how did someone from such uncertain beginnings rise to become a global symbol of strength, representation, and cultural rebirth? And what hidden battles did he fight behind the spotlight, long before the cameras began to roll? His journey is not just about fame. It's about identity, pressure, backlash, and the price of representation. This is the rise, fall, and rebirth of Simu Liu, told in the shadows behind the legend. Simu Liu was born on April 19, 1989, in Harbin, China, into a family built on discipline, structure, and sacrifice. His parents were scholars, ambitious, determined, and relentlessly driven by the belief that their son must succeed in ways they never could. When Simu was 5, the family immigrated to Canada in search of a better life, carrying only the weight of their expectations and an uncertain future. But Canada didn't feel like a dream. It felt like distant, cultural distance, emotional distance, even familial distance. Simu was raised largely by his grandparents during his earliest years, and the separation shaped him more deeply than anyone understood at the time. When he was reunited with his parents in Canada, he faced a collision of worlds: strict academic expectations at home and a sense of otherness at school. He was bullied for being different, for looking different, for not fitting the mold. Inside the house, he felt the pressure to excel. Outside, he felt like an outsider. The emotional gap between him and his parents grew, fueled by misunderstandings and high expectations. But buried in all of this was something powerful of quiet resilience. Simu learned how to survive pressure, how to reinvent himself, how to pretend confidence even when he didn't feel it. Skills that would later become essential in Hollywood. No one knew it yet, but his childhood was forging the armor he would one day wear on screen. Simu didn't begin life chasing fame. He chased stability. He studied finance at Western University and landed a job as an accountant at Deloitte, one of the most prestigious firms in Canada. It was secure, respectable, and exactly what his parents wanted. But it wasn't who he was. Months into the job, Simu felt suffocated by fluorescent lights and spreadsheets. The day he was unexpectedly fired, he felt two emotions at once: panic and a strange, electric sense of freedom. That firing became the most important pivot of his life. He started taking small gig stunt work, modeling jobs, extra roles where he stood behind actors delivering real lines. Hollywood didn't see him as leading man material. He was the guy in the background. But instead of giving up, he studied everything: camera angles, lighting, movement. Storytelling. Then came Kim's convenience. Simu auditioned for Yonggan, a strange son struggling to reconnect with his immigrant family. He understood the role deeply because he had lived it. The show exploded, becoming one of Canada's most beloved sitcoms. For the first time, Simu wasn't invisible, but he wanted more. In 2018, he tweeted directly at Marvel, "Hey Marvel, great job with Shang-Chi. When do we start?" It was half joke, half manifestation. And the internet laughed. Marvel wasn't laughing. That tweet would become the spark that changed everything, not just for Simu, but for Asian representation in Hollywood. In July 2019, the world changed with a single announcement at San Diego Comic-Con. Simu Liu would play Shang-Chi. the first Asian superhero to headline a Marvel film. The crowd erupted. Simu stood on stage, overwhelmed, emotional, realizing that every door that had once been locked to him was now wide open. But behind the cheers came pressure, unimaginable pressure. This wasn't just another blockbuster role. It was a cultural milestone. For millions of viewers, especially Asian families across the world, Simu wasn't playing a character. He was carrying their hopes, their pride, their fight for visibility. Filming Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings pushed him to the limit. He trained relentlessly in martial arts, endured grueling choreography, and navigated the weight of representing an entire community. But when the film premiered in 2021, the payoff was monumental. Shang-Chi became one of Marvel's biggest origin story successes. Critics praised Simu's sincerity, charisma, and emotional depth. The movie shattered stereotypes and redefined what an Asian hero could look like on screen. Suddenly, Simu was everywhere: late-night shows, magazine covers, global campaigns. He walked the Met Gala red carpet. He signed brand deals. He became a household name. But fame, as always, is a double-edged sword. While the world saw a powerful new superhero, Simu privately felt the familiar pressure return, this time from millions of eyes instead of just two parents. Every step he took, every word he said, every tweet he posted was now dissected. He was at the top of the mountain. But mountains cast long shadows, and Simu was about to discover his. With fame came scrutiny, and with scrutiny came controversy. The first major storm arrived when Kim's Convenience ended abruptly. Cast members including Simu spoke out about issues behind the scenes: lack of diverse leadership, cultural misunderstandings, unequal opportunities. Headlines erupted. Fans were divided. Some praised Simu for defending representation. Others accused him of airing private grievances. Then came an old Reddit post and resurfaced tweets involving mental health discussions. Taken out of context, they painted him as insensitive, something completely opposite to the values he stood for. Online mobs attacked. Critics questioned his authenticity. Suddenly, the man who represented empowerment was being accused of hypocrisy. And the backlash didn't stop. Every interview he gave, every confident statement he made was reframed as arrogance. Every joke was analyzed. Every tweet was weaponized. The pressure of being the perfect Asian role model became unbearable. When he expressed frustration online, people said he was unprofessional. When he spoke proudly about his achievements, they said he was self-centered. And when he remained silent, they said he was dodging accountability. Simu found himself trapped in a paradox. He was expected to represent millions of people, but the world refused to let him be human. Brands hesitated. Projects stalled. For the first time since his rise, he felt the momentum slipping. And deeper than all of that was something more personal: his long, complicated relationship with his parents resurfaced publicly as he opened up about childhood trauma. Some praised his vulnerability. Others accused him of disrespect. The fall wasn't dramatic in the Hollywood sense. It wasn't a scandal that destroyed him. It was 1,000 small cuts, misinterpretations, bad headlines, online mobs, impossible expectations. But a hero story doesn't end in the fall. It ends in the comeback. Simu didn't disappear. He recalibrated. He spoke openly, clearly, and calmly about the controversies, clarifying context without hostility. He acknowledged criticism, took responsibility where necessary, and refused to let bad faith attacks define him. Then came transformation. He poured his heart into his memoir, We Were Dreamers, reconnecting with his heritage, his family, and the boy he once was. The book became a bestseller. Praised for its raw honesty and emotional depth, he began using his platform to support immigrant communities, anti-racism initiatives, and mental health awareness. He leaned into fitness, discipline, and self-care, rebuilding confidence from the inside out, and then he surprised the world again. Simu appeared in Barbie 2023 not as a superhero, but as a comedic, magnetic character completely different from Shang-Chi. It was proof that he wasn't a one-role phenomenon. He was a versatile actor, capable of charm, humor, and depth far beyond the Marvel Universe. New projects followed, new endorsements, new respect. Simu was no longer the kid dreaming of being a superhero. He had become something rarer in Hollywood, a symbol of resilience, reinvention, and representation done right. Simu Liu's journey is bigger than a Marvel role, bigger than controversy, bigger than fame. He represents a generation that refuses to be invisible, a generation that believes identity is not a burden but a strength. Through every high and low, Simu proved that representation isn't just about being seen. It's about being understood, challenged, criticized, celebrated, and still choosing to stand tall. His story is still being written. But one truth is already clear. Simu Liu opened a door that will never close again. The journey of Simu Liu proves that even when the world doubts you, even when the path breaks beneath your feet, you can rise stronger, louder, and more unapologetically yourself than ever before. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more untold Hollywood journeys.